welcome to Roadman Park for today's first round playoff matchup between the California University of Pennsylvania Vulcans soccer team as they play host to the Rock of Slippery Rock. Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Josh Eachus. With me today, Andy Walter and Alex Kunkel. Gentlemen, it's a nice November afternoon for a soccer game. Today we feature the 1 seed in the West, the Vulcans, and the 2 seed in the West, the Rock. Alex, Slippery Rock is not to be thought about as a number 2 seed. In some cases, they can be considered just as strong as the Vulcans. What do you know about the Rock?
Well, 2 players today to watch out for are Jeremy Dayton, junior forward from Broadview Heights. He's in the top 10 in most PSAC offensive categories. Another guy to look forward to is sophomore defenseman Toby Bowser. He leads the PSAC in assists this season. And Greg Blum is also a stellar goaltender, sophomore from Ambridge, also in the top 10 in a lot of PSAC goaltending categories. So definitely a couple guys to watch out for. Slippery Rock, 13-5-1. A little bit higher in the regional rankings than California is.
And Andy, for the California Vulcans this season, most of the offensive production has come from Mike Luque, but there's a couple other guys on this team that know how to score as well.
Yeah, take a look at the goals. I think, you talked about Luque leading with 17 goals on this team. Second place, you have a tie between Jeremy Blyde-Miller and Shakir McCoy. Those are 2 players you're going to have to look at as we get into this game right now.
Starting lineups for today's game: in goal for California, Derek Yobi. On defense, Nick Helbig, Joe Friedman, Mike Kalis, and Adam Green. The midfielders will be Jeremy Blyde-Miller, Shakir McCoy, Evan Picard, Brian Braithwaite, and Justin Tauscher. And the forwards will be Mike Luque and Steve Richards. On the other side for the Rock, goalie today, Greg Blum. On defense, Patrick Connolly, Josh Gouger, Alex Schwartz. The midfielders, Mitchell Walters, Jeremy Feehan, Toby Bowser. And the forwards, Anthony Pagone and Jeremy Dayton and Kenneth Fultz. A 3-striker set for the Rock. Alex, what benefit does that give Slippery Rock on the attack?
Well, it gives them a little more offensive capabilities. Slippery Rock is definitely an offensive-minded team. They're 5th in the PSAC in goals in points, 5th in goals scored as well. They average just almost 2 goals a game. You want to try and get at least 3 goals. It'll give you a better shot to win. And in definitely the first round of the PSAC playoffs here, Slippery Rock definitely wants to come out on top with a win, try and get a couple of goals early and swing the momentum in their favor.
Toby Bowser takes the free kick for Slippery Rock there, and there was a foul on the Rock. That gives the ball to California, and Derek Yobi will take the goal kick. This one's going to go well beyond midfield. Loose ball in the air. California now takes possession.
Good work, man. Take it back, Kenny.
Out of play, off of the Rock. That'll be a throw-in for California. Evan Picard taking this throw-in. This is Trailman Friedman, who's going to play across the long side of the field. We'll explain to you early on in this matchup that far side of your television screen is hard for us to see as the announcers. We sit low to the field, and there's a bit of a crown in the center of the field, so we'll do our best to cope with that today and describe the action to you on the far side of the field. You can really only see from the waist down from the players on that side of the field. So again, we'll do our best. Again, I don't think any of us are complaining being out here in this nice November weather. Braithwaite has the ball on the left wing. Puts on a little feint and then sends a cross into the box just beyond the reach of Luque, and that will be played out, but California gets the ball back. Kicked in towards the goal. The Rock still working to clear it, and now they will. Headed right back on in by California. And returned again by the Rock. There's Friedman on the far side, playing it up the wing to McCoy. McCoy chips one towards Luque and has it blocked off. Now the Rock takes possession. Played to the center of the field. There's Kenneth Fultz playing it ahead for Pagone. It's out of play into the parking lot behind us. Pagone to take the throw in now for Slippery Rock.
We talked about Kenneth Fultz there. Josh Fultz is 2nd on the Slippery Rock team in goals. 5 goals and 2 assists, 24 shots, a .208 shot percentage. Definitely another offensive threat right there, and Kenneth Fultz, second to Dayton on the team, but not to be outlooked.
Adam Green plays one up high into the sky himself, and now McCoy corrals it up ahead to Luque. Luque looking for Evan Descartes on a run, and we're going to have a tackle from behind. And are we going to have a card assessed? The official coming over. And he's going to book him. That's a yellow card early on in this matchup for Jeremy Feehan. Let's take a look at the replay, guys.
So you can take a look here, Josh. California's team, they do like try to set that offense, but at the same time, they get that quick strike ability. They're going to go after it. You see right there, trying to drive it down. See the foul right there. It looked like he grabbed down to the back of the jersey there. That's where the foul was called, yellow card assessed. California's getting the free kick. It'll be interesting what they do here. We see him a lot in the past try to move the ball in from the corner into the box. Now with this free kick, they might just try to take a shot on goal quick.
Luque going to take the free kick for California. Keeps it low on the ground, and this one goes over the goal line and out. It will be a goal kick for Slippery Rock and their goalie, Greg Blum. Surprised to see Luque keep that one on the ground, Andy?
I think California as a team, you've seen so far in this game, majority of shots they've had have been on the ground. You expect them to get a little bit more up in the air because who knows, the ball could hit off a body, can be a lot more likely just to go into the net. So it was an interesting decision. I think maybe it's just a little bit of just trying to fill out the Slippery Rock defense still.
Blymiller chests this one off. Now Adam Green plays the ball. Plays it back to Yobi, and Yobi will send it the length of the field. Over on that far side, McCoy keeps it alive for California. Luque runs for the ball. He's upended. It looks like Luque did a little more tripping on his own accord on this one. That's why there will be no yellow card assessed. But it is a free kick for California.
And you see right there what that long kick of Derek Yobi can do for the Vulcans. You talk about the last time these two teams played last Saturday. Yobi kicked the ball 60 yards, found Luque, who took it down, scored the first goal for the Vulcans, and ended up being the difference maker. So you see, a goalie that can kick those long kicks down the field can really help your offense get jump started.
Into the box, headed off and saved by Blum. Blum just kept his positioning right there, Alex, and found the ball.
Yeah, good save there by Blum. Like we said, a nice opening kick there for California. Nice save by Blum just to stay with that ball, not be fooled by the header. And
solid defense by Kalis. Then Blymiller backs into a Slippery Rock attacker and takes him down, so it'll be a free kick for the Rock now.
Not a lot you can do there. If you're Jeremy Blymiller, just lost his balance falling backwards and falling on top of a Slippery Rock player. Once again, no foul there, no harm, no foul. There was a foul, but no card, no foul, I guess kind of is what I'm trying to say there. So, it's going to be a good break there for California. However, Slippery Rock's going to get a chance to see what they can do with the free kick.
Toby Bowser taking the free kick for Slippery Rock. Soft kick into the box, played out. Slippery Rock trying to retain possession here. Player for each side looking for the ball in the air and get tangled up, and advantage going to California there as they'll take the free kick as Adam Green hits the turf, battling it out with Patrick Conley.
we've seen they're the first real offensive threat Slippery Rock has had this game. They're having a tough time so far getting any shots on goal, as shots are 2-0 in California's favor. California's really controlled the offensive zone for most of the game so far.
Blymiller taking down a Rock attacker there and give the ball right back to Slippery Rock. 37:50 to play in the first half here from Roadman Park. Let's watch this takedown by Blymiller. Slippery Rock taking their time, setting up this free kick just beyond midfield. Sent in and headed off by Blymiller. Slippery Rock having trouble finding the ball right now. They'll get to it. It's RJ Case. Case passes it off, and he's tripped up from behind by Justin Tauscher of California. Free kick for the Rock. taking the free kick is going to be number 2, Anthony Pagone, the 5'6" redshirt freshman from Ambridge. Pair of Ambridge players on this team between Pagone and the goalie Blum. Actually, Toby Bowser is going to step out and take this kick now for the Rock. Curls one in towards the net. Headed off by California and over the goal line. This should be our first corner of the day. Indeed it will be. Taking the corner kick is going to be Kenneth Fultz, freshman forward out of Central Dolphin High in Harrisburg. And here's an example of the crown we discussed earlier on. It makes it a little hard to see things on that far side of the field. Sort of look at that bow in midfield you can see right there as now we bring the corner kick from Fultz in. Adam Green goes up to get that one for California, and Yobi plucks it out of the air. And they're going to give him another corner kick. You know, he kind of double clutched on that one, Andy, and I guess that's where the officials saw him step over the end line, and that's why they've awarded another corner kick. Yeah,
that's what it looks like, Josh. You can talk about California team. Their opponents have actually gotten more corner kicks than California has, a total of 76 going for the opponents, 71 going for California. So it's something California, you know, they have had a lot of corner kicks against them in these matchups, however, not letting it kill them.
3 Rock players converge on the loose ball. Yobi is on the ground searching for it. He will get it. And a Rock player was shoved on the ground. That was Mitchell Walters, and nothing is called. Like California clearing the box out there like this is a hockey game. Yobi sending it across midfield now. A lot of intensity on this field early on, boys, for this playoff game. And now California has possession. Luque plays it through for Picard. He turns and passes back to McCoy. Loose ball. Luque plays it in the box. McCoy is open. Goal! California! Shakir McCoy scores on the loose ball, and California's up 1-0.
Right place, right time there for California. Shakir McCoy. I think I'm getting the ball deflected off him. Looks like Slippery Rock is going to be able to go the other way. Another great deflection as we see it on the replay. Nice job by California getting into the attacking zone quickly there. As you can see right there, Luque. Nice little deflection. Boy, I tell you what, Josh, you just got to like the way that play set up. You can see right there, you thought that deflection that was going to be it. Ball just didn't quite get cleared right into Shakir McCoy's hands. Well, his feet, I guess, if you will. His hands would be illegal. But right into his wheelhouse, put it right into the back of the net. California gets that quick 1-0 lead.
So yeah. Shakir McCoy, the senior transfer from Wayne College, scores the goal and puts California up 1-0 with 35 minutes to play in the first half.
Yeah, we saw in that sequence there, Josh, that Slippery Rock just couldn't get the ball out of the zone, and nice kick there, and there was nothing Blum could do to stop that.
California does have the advantage, and right before that goal happened, fellas, I was talking about the intensity on the field, and you can see why these two teams have earned the 1 and 2 spot. It's not just about skill on the field. You gotta have a certain level of gaminess, if you will, intensity to come out there and be successful. And I'm not talking about hunting.
Did you say Daveness?
Gaminess.
Oh, gaminess. Well, my mistake.
Daveness would make sense too, though.
Well, you talk about these two teams. These two teams did play last Saturday. California beat Slippery Rock 3-0. That actually got California into the playoffs. They came in at the number 4 seed in the division. Only the top 2 teams would have made it. Beat Slippery Rock, catapulted them up to number 1, knocked Slippery Rock down to number 2. So there's a little bit of history between these two teams, and I think we're starting to see it play out right now.
Sure, and an advantage for California to be hosting this game. Rock has possession on the right wing now, played back to midfield. Gouger pushes it across field. McCoy fighting for the loose ball.
Nice, Alec.
Rock inserts it into the attacking end. Lead pass blocked off. Pagone sends another ball to the right wing to Kenneth Fultz. Fultz in some open space now. Chips one ahead for RJ Case. Case is taken off of it. Joe Friedman plays it back up, and Fultz intercepts. Plays it through. 1-2 pass. Fultz can't get to the loose ball. Case chasing it down. Tackle attempt made. Let's see who last touched this. Looked like California. It should be a throw-in for the Rock. It is, and RJ Case will take it.
You got to like the way California's playing defense right now. They got that 1-0 lead. Now you're seeing them being a lot more aggressive, going after a lot more passes towards the middle of the field. Slippery Rock making some dangerous passes. California trying to take advantage of that, maybe get that second goal.
Long throw by Pagone, and played right back out of off the sideline. Pagone to throw in again.
Yeah, Slippery Rock here is just trying to get something going, try and get even a shot on net as we're 32 minutes left in the half, and there's still not a shot on the board for Slippery Rock. Try and get a shot on goal. Just throw the ball to the net and see what happens.
Yeah, that was dangerous right there, Alex, as we just saw, just like you were talking about. They're just trying to get it on net. They did, and Yobi had to fight to punch it to the sideline.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Alex, go ahead.
The first real offensive threat, prolonged offensive threat for the game here, Andy.
Another long throw, loose in the box, sort of fanned on by Mitchell Waters, and Yobi scoops it up.
You talk about Derek Yobi. He's only a sophomore, but at the same time, he's started 17 games this year for the Vulcans, played in 19. 2 shutouts already, averaging just under 1 goal per game, goal against per game. So Derek Yobi's done a great job for California, really helped will them on to the playoffs.
Greg Blum sends it back downfield for Slippery Rock. Takes a strange carom in towards Yobi. Ball is free. Yobi running it down in the goal box. He will get to it before the attacking Kenneth Fultz. And Derek has been active down there today, Alex. Could that cost him eventually if these Rock attackers stay hungry?
It may. You know, if these Rock attackers do stay hungry, I think at some point they're going to punch one into the net. But it's just a matter of time, I think, before a real big chance gets for Slippery Rock.
Picard throws one in, and he traps his own pass now. Plays it back for Friedman. Long cross down for Braithwaite. Braithwaite tangled up with a Rock defender, and I would think this will be a free kick for California. Are they saying it just goes harmlessly over the goal line? Looks like it's a free kick setting up.
It's going to be a huge opportunity for California because right now, off this free kick, they're going to get a great chance, great look at crossing the ball into the center of the box. See how many men they try to pour forward here, see if they can't get the goal off a header here for goal number 2 in this game.
Played in and just wide of the post. I'm not sure if Blum got a piece of that or not, but it is off the goal line now.
I'm not sure that he did.
So you can see here in the replay. Give a nod to Adam Braithwaite, though, standing right in front of the goalkeeper, kind of playing that screen position. You see it a lot in hockey. See him just jump out of the way at the last second. No, not real sure. Didn't quite see it go off a Slippery Rock player there, but at the same time, California's still going to get the corner kick out of it.
McCoy sends a long cross to the far corner of the box. Blum fighting for the loose ball, and they're giving California a goal here.
Nah, they blew the whistle before that. I think because of the contact with the goalie there. It's going to end up being Slippery Rock's possession there. So lucky break there for the Rock, as California could have very easily had goal number 2 in the books.
Yeah, we
Way
saw
down the field by Pagone. On the near sideline now, coming right for us. Alex almost had to play a little bit of defense right there. I hope you weren't going to touch that with your hand, Alex, because that would have been illegal.
Yeah, that would have been illegal. No. Not with the hand, probably with the feet.
I would like to see you get up there and volley one.
Tell you what, Josh, I like what California's doing. You look at them, they're pouring all 10 players out. They have Derek Yobi out around midfield taking the free kick here, so they're really just trying to push the offense on Slippery Rock, make them stay back in their own end, not let them get any offense going the other way.
I think Derek Yobi's trying to take a shot on goal, and he just did. Blum picks it up and sends it back downfield for the Rock. Shakir McCoy heads one towards Braithwaite. Braithwaite remaining tenacious, can't find the ball, however. Friedman comes up looking for defense, and Blymiller steals for California. 28-28 on the first half clock. Blymiller sends it downfield. Nobody in the vicinity. I think he is intending to play it towards Adam Picard. It's a throw in for the Rock.
Yeah, we're really seeing here early that Slippery Rock's got to be on the defensive side of the ball more than the offensive side. And that's going to limit the amount of chances they get on goal here. And if California can stay in the offense like they do, it's only a matter of time before we see 3, 4, 5 goals on the board for California.
Yeah, you know, guys, we saw a booking early on and then a couple free kicks assessed. And ever since then, there's been some rough stuff that really hasn't been whistled for a foul. Officials sort of letting these players handle their business in this playoff game.
And I think you said right there, Josh, with it being a playoff game, I think the officials realize just kind of put it in the players' hands. We see all too often the officials may play too big of a goal point in this game as we see a goal right there for Slippery Rock.
Fultz takes the shot, and this one deflects off a California defender and goes into net. Fultz is going to get the goal, but it was an own goal, I believe. Let's see which California player it last touched.
Like we said earlier, Josh, it was just putting the ball on the net, getting shots on the net, and good things will happen to you. We saw right going off a deflected.
Replay.
I think it was off a Slippery Rock player, actually, because there was another Slippery Rock player in that mix. I think it went off a second Slippery Rock player. I couldn't tell who it was.
I saw Mitchell Walters in the box. Could have been he who got credit for the goal. I know Fultz let go the initial kick. And we are tied up at 1. Like you said, Alex, it was only a matter of time. If Rock stayed aggressive, they were going to get one, and they did, and we're knotted up.
And at the same time, Josh, you look at California defensively. That time they're just a little bit over-aggressive. They didn't quite get back quick enough defensively. Allowed Slippery Rock to get that, quick odd-man opportunity, get that first shot in. We'll see what happens off deflection. We've seen 2 goals that have been deflected right to a player right in front of the goal. Get the easy chance for the score, and that's why we have a tie game right now.
Blum will give the Rock an opportunity to get downfield before he punts it to midfield. On the far side, pass to RJ Case. And Slippery Rock carrying it into the attacking end now. Lead pass intended for Fultz. Friedman trying to run him down from behind, and will do. Goes over the goal line first, however, and this will be a goal kick for California. Pass just a little bit too long for Kenneth Fultz.
Starting to see here, though, Slippery Rock might have gotten a little bit of momentum back after that last goal. So we saw a nice offensive rush start to develop here in that last play.
Yobi sends it downfield. Luque missing on the head trap.
Nice.
Fultz sends it down, and Mike Kalis deflects it in towards Derek Yobi. 25-45 to play in the first half. 4 shots for California to the 1 for the Rock, but that 1 counts. We are knotted at 1. Blymiller has the ball on the far wing. Now Shakir McCoy has it. And the ball has gone out of play. Again, this is that side of the field that we can't really see, so I wasn't sure if it went over the goal line or the sideline. Looks like it was the sideline, as it's just going to be a throw-in for California. Adam Green will take this for the Vulcans. Another long throw-in. Luque looking to volley one out of the air, but it was swiped away before he had the opportunity to do so. Jeremy Blymiller chased down the loose ball now. McCoy doing some nice work amongst 4 Slippery Rock defenders. Still comes away with it and gets a pass off to Luque. Down low for Picard. And it's cleared away by Slippery Rock. How about that work by Shakir McCoy, Andy?
It's beautiful poetry in motion there with the dribbling by Shakir McCoy. Really, sucked down 3-4 Slippery Rock defenders, made them attack him. And that left those other 2 players, Picard and Luque, open there. Just couldn't quite get the ball to him in time. California had a great goal opportunity if that had happened.
Almost looked like Sidney Crosby in there, didn't he?
I'll tell you
what.
Not at all. 2 different sports, Alex. 2 different sports.
Let's go.
Give me some Ruud Van Nistelrooy. Give me something like that.
Rude.
Rude.
You big Rude fan,
I am.
Mr.
I am.
Regis.
I like the Dutch.
Shouldn't you?
Yes.
Who doesn't? That's my question.
I can't answer. Maybe Alex can. Shakir McCoy taking a corner for California. Vulcans jostling for position. It is low and sent back over the goal line. Not sure whether it touched a Rock player or a Vulcan. Nobody's moving, so I think this is going to be another corner for California.
We're seeing here yet again that Slippery Rock's trapped in their own end. They can't find a way to get the ball cleared and get out of the zone and at least get some offensive movement going.
McCoy sends another one in. This one higher and longer, plucked out of the air by Greg Blum.
Good
nice
save.
Alert play by the
Rock,
goalie, yes.
good pass.
Good save there by Blum, just reading the ball, leaping up and getting it.
Rock sends it down the field. Friedman running it down for California, but Pagone intercepts for the Rock. Stops, feint move, tackles the ball, and it's stolen away by California. Friedman pass up for Braithwaite. Braithwaite back for Bly Miller. Luque plays it back for Picard. Nice feint by Picard. Turns with it, running out of space, and passes it off. California still has possession. There goes Fulcher, pass across.
Nice clear.
And it is cleared back over midfield and out of play. Joe Friedman's going to throw it in for the Vulcans.
California once again pushing the envelope here, offensively moving 6 players up, trying to get that ball towards the slippery rock net.
Braithwaite fighting for it on the sideline here, and it goes out of play just in front of Jeremy Blymiller. Joe Friedman will throw it in for the Rock yet again. 22-10 to play in the first half. Picard volley passes one, and it's immediately returned to the sidelines, this time by California. On a mistaken trap by the Vulcans on the Picard pass, and Slippery Rock crosses it over midfield yet again. Lots of midfield action here in the last 2 or 3 minutes.
One of the keys, if you want to win this game, one of the keys is you're going to have to control the midfield. And we're seeing California do a good job of controlling it early.
To the far side of the field now. Fed from the left wing down low and headed on out by California. McCoy runs a 1-2 pass. Out to Tauscher. Tauscher to Picard. Picard being pestered and just forces him to pass it off, but 2 Rock players are there to take away the pass. Pagone looking downfield. Fultz was on a run, but miscommunication, and Friedman takes it away and passes it into Yobi. Goal kick now, and he'll send it downfield.
Take a look at California, kind of the setup they had. It seemed like at the beginning of this game they're running more of a 4-2-1-2-1, which, 4 defenders and 2-1-2 and then 1 attacker. Seems like now they switch more to a 4-1-2-1-2, so they have that extra man up top, another forward trying to get the ball into the net.
Shakir McCoy on the right wing. Loses the ball. Rock just trying to get it back across midfield. Looks like they're doing everything they can now just to keep California from getting quality chances, which is a sound strategy because I think the Rock knows here or there they are going to get their opportunities as long as they make them count. And as you can see again, they just clear it back to the midfield. And this time they'll get California a foul, and this will give the Rock an opportunity to breathe as Nick Helbig makes a little too much contact.
Yeah, you were talking about there, just making sure California doesn't get quality chances for Slippery Rock. Slippery Rock's in an interesting position because they're usually not outshot during the game. They've usually outshot their opponents in the regular season. They outshot them 299 to 229. It's an average of 16 to 12 per game. Right now the shots are in California's favor, 4-1.
Yeah, and it's been that way since about the 30-minute mark. Haven't seen a shot in the last 10 minutes or so since Slippery Rock scored that goal, in fact.
Yeah, and you take a look at the stats there from the other side, Alex. You were talking about Slippery Rock. California is averaging 14.5 shots per game, only giving up 9 shots per game. So California defensively, really does a nice job shutting down their opponents, getting shots on net.
Fought for on the left wing at midfield now. Played across for Josh Gouger. Gouger cuts back. Plays it down low for Fultz. Fultz is tripped up by Braithwaite. And the ball's going to go back the other way. Again, the officials just letting them play right now. Picard traps it. Has it taken away. 2 players run into one another, and then a slide tackle by Friedman. Nobody wants possession here. Pagone will pass to Fultz. Fultz being run down from behind by Kalis, who attempts to send it back downfield. And now it looks like California finally has an opportunity to get a solid possession. This one is played off the sideline. It'll be a throw-in for California.
Yeah, while we're still talking about shots here, actually in the last meeting between these 2 teams on Saturday, Slippery Rock outshot California 14-11.
I think they wanted either Picard or Braithwaite to go on a run right there, but a miscommunication, and it's played out of bounds by California. Headed down again. Braithwaite and Luque searching for the ball. Luque has it. Right wing feed for McCoy, intercepted by the Rock. Sent back downfield.
There he goes, there he goes.
Foot race for the ball. Slippery Rock trying to get it. That's Jeremy Dayton.
Get up, Kenny.
Dayton fighting Kalis for it, and Dayton will pull Kalis down, and that'll be a foul on the Rock. Referee's asking Dayton and the Rock defenders to calm down just a bit. And Yobi places it for the free kick.
Saw there at the beginning there. It was a nice plan by Slippery Rock, but then California defensively just buckled down and didn't allow Slippery Rock and Dayton to get that room. And I think that's what forced Dayton to have to resort to physical activity.
Jeremy Dayton, the 6'1" junior forward from St. Ignatius High in Broadview Heights, Ohio. The scoring leader for this Slippery Rock team. 30 points this season and 14 goals. Next closest in goals behind Jeremy Dayton is Kenneth Fultz with 5.
Dayton also has 6 game-winning goals this season.
We're going to take down another player's name, and I think that was, for me, it looks like 12, Toby Bowser. So another free kick for, it must have been a California player because Rock has the free kick. And if that's the case, I don't know which California player they got. Long pass is going to be too far for Picard, and Blum will take it. Sent back across midfield. Rock gets to it. Dayton and Fultz working now. Fultz trying to play it in. Back to the midfield, nobody home. 1-2 between Green and Blymiller. Back to Fultz now for the Rock. Sends it cross field. Headed on out by Helbig. And finally cleared by Kalis. Blymiller passes to the right wing for Adam Green. Sent back downfield and picked up by the Rock. Fought for and then played into open space. California will get to it first. Headed to Tauscher. Played back to Braithwaite. And across for Blymiller. Blymiller's pass immediately blocked off, and Adam Green steps up to send it in deep. A couple of players jump for it, and Toby Bowser wins the battle. Now Braithwaite sends one way over the goal line. Goal kick now for Greg Blum.
John Kenny.
15:25 to play in the first half. California and the Rock knotted at 1-1. California makes a substitution. Spencer Kreider coming in to replace Jeremy Blymiller.
Lucas Feathers coming in for Slippery Rock as well.
Adam Green going for the ball now. Turns and sends it across midfield.
The past 10 minutes or so, we've really started to see Slippery Rock's defense become more of a force in this game. California hasn't had a shot on goal since that Slippery Rock goal.
Yeah, both teams' defenses look very good since the Slippery Rock goal.
And it seems like California offensively maybe getting a little bit fatigued from making all those runs early in the game. Seems like they're a lot more likely to just try to kick the ball down low, let the forwards do the job. Where earlier we saw the midfielders being a lot more active. Right now, it's just not happening.
Fought for it midfield. Feathers tries to send it back in for the Rock. It's out of play now. Throw in for Slippery Rock. Pagone accepts the pass and passes it to Case. McCoy coming from behind looking for the steal. He'll get it. An attempt to advance it back downfield.
Nice, Mitchell.
Deflected towards the right wing and now sent across midfield.
Yeah.
Loose ball in the air and a whistle blown
Right here,
at the
Green.
13:50 mark of the first half.
Tell you what, Josh, I didn't really see anything there. You saw a couple guys going up for the ball. There was a foul there. I didn't really see anything happen. Seeing if there's a lot of contact, seeing if there's a lot more contact on previous plays, but there wasn't any foul called at all.
Yeah, whistle was blown at the peak of that ball's ascent into the air. Sort of a phantom whistle there. And sometimes the officials need a breather too, Andy.
I guess so.
Even we need a breather sometimes.
Not going to go in for long as Slippery Rock takes a corner kick here.
Tell you what, Alex, you speak for yourself on that one.
Sent in. And it'll be over the goal line. Goal kick now for Derek Yobi.
You see California right now just kind of, jogging up the field, where earlier we saw him, sprinting up the field, really trying to get Slippery Rock off guard, maybe catch them in the middle of their own little kind of defensive shift. Not happening right now. So California, I think really content right now is just to be 1-1. If they get the opportunity, they're going to take it, but at the same time, I think they're content to have a tie game going into the half.
McCoy working along the right wing. Chipped out of play. McCoy to throw in. McCoy waiting for California to get set. Now just send a short pass in for Luque. Luque on the cross, nobody home. Loose ball run down by Tauscher. Played back to Joe Friedman.
Control. That's it, Lucas. Way to be on it.
Feathers chasing Friedman down, causing Friedman to choose to play it low. Again, both teams battling at midfield now. Kayla sends one high towards about the 35-meter mark. And Kalis will let it trickle 3/4 of the way back towards his own goal before playing it to Derek Yobi. Headed down by California and immediately returned by the Rock. Left wing feed coming from Slippery Rock now. Pagone chasing down the ball. Kalis will get there first and send it over the sideline to prevent a corner kick. And California will get to it before it even goes out of play. So good play by California to just keep that ball alive, and now they have possession, trying to set something up on the attack. Luque working with Picard. Had he freed the ball there, Picard had an open look at the goal. Slippery Rock avoids allowing a shot right there, and we remain 4-1 in shots and tied at 1 here with 10:45 to play in the first half.
This is a nice defensive play there by Josh Goucher for Slippery Rock, just staying with that ball. Slid and prevented that pass, which allowed Slippery Rock to take it out of their zone and nullify the California attack.
California, didn't even get a shot attempt off on that, on that play right there. But at the same time, I think, just having that opportunity, know that they had a chance right there, could give them a little bit of a spark that they need to try to get that second goal, that go-ahead goal in this first half.
There's a beautiful lead pass by the Rock right there. RJ Case does not get to it in time. That'd have been a prime opportunity. Now one sent in, headed back out by Helbig, and then sent downfield to Picard. Picard waits and then passes it to Tauscher. Lead pass for Shakir McCoy. McCoy's on a run. I think it bounced off of his knee into Blum. McCoy knows that would have been probably the best chance of the game so far. And Lucas Feathers forces the play off of the sideline right now, and they're going to say this was a foul against California on the sideline. I think they're saying Evan Picard grabbed the jersey of Lucas Feathers, and this will be a free kick for the Rock. What do you think of that call, Andy?
Questionable at best, Josh. I mean, we're sitting, right in front of it, a couple yards away. I didn't see anything happen that, wasn't above the law. I mean, you talk about, there's a lot of grabbing in this game, and a lot of it goes unnoticed. I think it's just kind of an interesting point to try to make the foul call on that right there.
Especially since the whistles have been pretty inactive for the most of this game. There's going to be a chance for Slippery Rock. That one fired just wide of the goal by Jeremy Dayton.
Dayton, the offensive threat for this team. A nice blistering shot that just went wide of the goal. It's good to see Slippery Rock getting some chances, though. It's their second shot on goal as they're crediting them with a shot.
Yobi takes a little one off of this kick and leaves it at midfield. Helbig sends it right back to midfield, and again, it's a fight for the loose ball. Raj Panda, the new player in this game for the Rock, giving chase to Kalis now. Whiffed on by Joe Friedman and takes it back, and then the pull of the jersey from behind by Lucas Feathers. Free kick for California.
And we see California once again moving all 10 men downfield, going to try to set up the offense early here. See Derek Yobi bomb the ball down the field, see if California can't get something going, get a good deflection, see if they can't get a good quality scoring opportunity.
Yobi does send it downfield. A couple of Cal players pull up. They saw that ball was going to fall short. And it is corralled by Greg Blum now, and he'll walk it back to his goal box to punt it away. Played down now by California. Lead pass for Luque. Ball slide tackled away. Lucas Feathers traps it at midfield now, being pressured by Braithwaite, and passes it off. Ahead for Panda. Panda slide tackle in traffic to no ado.
Been really impressed with both teams, not just California with Slippery Rock as well. With those slide tackles, seen it used a lot in this game. It's been used effectively because, I mean, we see a lot of times on slide tackles end up being a foul called because they get the player, not the ball. Done a nice job, you know, getting a hold of that ball. The player just ends up falling on top of them. So nice job by both these teams so far with that.
RJ Case gives chase to a loose ball, and out of nowhere, a slide tackle laid down by Tauscher. The possession comes right back to Slippery Rock. Lucas Feathers on the right wing. Nice feint move to get by Joe Friedman, but Friedman will win the better of this battle. Ball is out of play now. Boy, that was a thing of beauty by Feathers, Alex, but doesn't work out in the end. Joe Friedman wins the battle for the ball.
Yeah, he put on a nice show there for California fans right in front of him, but doesn't really help if you can't get a shot on goal.
Again, it trickles out of play. Friedman a quick throw in. Downfield now, lead for Luque. McCoy runs it down. McCoy trips over Alex Schwartz and slide tackle Schwartz towards the goal line. And this should be a goal kick for Greg Blum. Shakir McCoy looks like someone lit a fire beneath him today, Andy. He's running all over the field.
He has been. He's a player this season has gone on, has gotten more and more involved in this Vulcan team, in this offense. And I think, you know, coming in this game, you take a look at the stats, I think Mike Luque is going to be the name to look out for. And that's going to give Shakir McCoy a lot more opportunities because you're going to have someone marking him at all times. Going to give McCoy that opportunity to get open, get the shots on goal.
5.5 to go in the first. Knotted at 1-1. The shots 4-2 in favor of California. Braithwaite heads one down for McCoy. McCoy sends a pass along the ground. Blum comes out to deflect the ball. I believe it last touched Greg Blum. This should be a corner for California, but Greg Blum has the ball. Maybe this bounced back off of Luque before going over the goal line, fellas.
I think I did see, I think it went off Blum, and then I think Luque had one more shot at it before it went out.
The other day, there'd be cards flying everywhere for it in your mouth. It's been 37 PKs.
Under 5 minutes to play in the half now.
Not sure what happened there, Josh, but I saw Luque not happy with the call. I think he thought it may have went off the Slippery Rock defender and out. He wanted the corner kick. It just didn't quite happen for him.
Now what? This was another whistle that didn't need to be blown. As Yobi is going to come out and take the free kick from around, well, I don't know, I'd say just about the 3/4 mark. And he'll send it downfield now, looking to get somebody on a run. Picard headed out of the air, doesn't win the height battle. And Lucas Feathers takes it back down the right wing, chased down from behind by Picard. There's a one-touch pass. McCoy almost intercepts for California. And now whistle blown on McCoy for slide tackling Pat Conley. Free kick for the Rock. 3:45 to play in the first half.
I tell you what, I think that's another questionable call there, Josh. It looked like the Rock player just kind of jumped over the top of the California defender, sliding in there, and ended up falling when he landed back on the ground. I didn't really see any contact happen, but Slippery Rock's going to get the ball here on the free kick.
Sent low, barely off of the head of Tauscher. Tauscher running with Kreider now to Picard. Sends it cross field. Trapped by Tauscher and played back. Adam Green gives it up to Shakir McCoy. McCoy working over a defender. His pass deflected now. Headed towards the sideline and run down by the Rock. Sent most of the way downfield. Dayton and Helbig warring over the ball. Dayton wins it, comes away. Tries to pass off, slide tackle effective by California. The Rock gets it right back. Raj Panda shoved from behind by Adam Green. And this will be another whistle. And this is going to be a great look at a free kick for the Rock. And I think the official was considering reaching for the pocket, but he will not. Either way, Alex, a great chance upcoming for Slippery Rock.
Indeed, with only 2 minutes, about 2 minutes left in the half here, it's going to be a great chance for Slippery Rock. Try and take the lead here. Go into the half with a 2-1 lead. If you can go into the half with the lead, it's going to give your team a great amount of confidence for the second half.
Panda's going to take the free kick. And it's a quick kick instead. Panda winds up and takes a shot, blocked down by California. Both teams fighting for it. And another whistle blown. And this one is going to be sent back for California. And Derek Yobi will take the free kick for the Vulcans. I guess amongst all that traffic, somebody was whistled for an infraction. 1:45 to play in the first half. We're tied at 1. California with 5 shots, Slippery Rock with 2.
We saw the official talking with Patrick Cormack after that whistle. Maybe he was the one involved in all the ruckus.
Coy heads it towards the goal, and Slippery Rock just plays it towards the sideline. Josh Gouger sends it out of play.
Come on, Green!
Now a throw in for the Vulcans.
No letdowns, Rock!
So we have a player coming in for California. He's going to come in for Shakir McCoy. That's number 9, Sede Wilson. The sophomore from Monrovia, Liberia. Went to high school in Ohio, so new player on the field. See if you can't give the Vulcans some offense.
Watch the throw-ins, they're stepping on the field.
Under a minute to play now. Just 45 seconds on the clock. Free kick for California. Tauscher is going to take this. Sets up and sends it. Bends one towards the net. Still loose, sent in and blocked off. The Rock will clear it now. Nobody but California there to get to it. Yobi could hurry up and send one down the field. 15 seconds on the clock. Loose ball fought for at midfield and picked up by Slippery Rock. 10 seconds to go. Maybe a chance for one more Rock shot. They need to cross it in a hurry. It's along the sideline. And that long pass should expire time. As the clock winds to 0, we find California, the 1 seed, playing host to the Rock, the 2 seed, in a 1-1 tie. Shots 5-2. Andy, what does California need to do to get that go-ahead goal?
It's hard, Josh, because, I mean, you talk about California. It seems like every time they got momentum going in that first half, the referees kind of slowed the game down, put the game back towards Slippery Rock's favor. But I think California's got to keep being aggressive. We saw in the middle of that first half, they kind of slowed things down, tried to be a little more complacent offensively, just try to play the ball up, get those 1-2 attackers into it. I think if they get the midfielders going in the offense a lot more, it's going to help create a lot more opportunities for them.
And Alex, ever since surviving that early flurry, Slippery Rock has seemed to have been the benefactor offensively.
Yeah, I think if you're a Slippery Rock, you go into the half here, you keep doing in the second half, you keep what you were doing in the first half, the latter part of the first half here, playing this solid defense, getting a few chances on offense, And, you know, they got a lucky break here in the first half. Maybe it's all they need in the second half is another lucky break.
Well, that does it for the first half of play here from Roadman Park. California 1, Slippery Rock 1. We'll be back the second half of this first round playoff game here on CUTV.
For the latest news from the Mon Valley and its surrounding areas, turn it to CUTV News Center. Our reporters and anchors bring the news, entertainment, sports, and weather live right into your home.
It all started here in Dayton County's SPCA.
Locals say that they've been seeing an increase in traffic.
Enchanted, your classic Disney fairy tale.
News, entertainment, sports, weather. CUTV News Center. Live every Thursday at 5 on CUTV. If you want the latest inside information about Vulcan sports, look no further than the Vulcan Sports Review on CUTV. We feature coaches and players to give you, the fans, all the behind-the-scenes action and information.
Swimmers tend to be very focused academically and very successful academically.
You know, PSAC was a lot of fun.
If you're a Vulcan fan and looking for the latest in Vulcan sports, turn it to the Vulcan Sports Review on CUTV.
Hey, Katie, do you have the PSAC championship game from 1995?
Yeah.
Thanks.
Welcome to Valley Views. I'm your host, Bob Burke from the Valley Independent.
Bob Burke knows the Mon Valley. To catch special guests discuss issues of the Mon Valley, turn it to Valley Views on CUTV.
A local program being planned to put more emphasis on this whole water issue.
And something we're going to commit to for the long term.
That's one of the promises of the knee you were talking about, which has an easier recovery.
To see Bob Burke attack Mon Valley issues, turn it to Valley Views on CUTV.
Welcome back to CUTV Sports coverage of California Vulcan soccer. We're in the first round of the PSAC playoffs. The Vulcans in a deadlock, 1-1 with the Rock of Slippery Rock. Through one half, California has the favor in shots at 5-2. Guys, first let's take a step back and look at the regional rankings. And Andy, I think you and I talked about this beforehand. California sort of sneaks into the playoffs, maybe ahead of a couple of PSAC teams that thought they should have been here.
Yeah, I mean, you take a look there, Josh. You talked about Mercehurst and Lock Haven, both with better overall records than the Vulcans, but at the same time, California just got lucky. Got that win against Slippery Rock in that last weekend. That's the reason they're in the PSAC playoffs right now. Got that better record in PSAC West play because they had a tie earlier in the year and ended up vaulting them to the top.
Alex, hit me with some first half stats.
Well, for Slippery Rock, we had 2 shots on goal, both taken by Jeremy Dayton, who scored the only goal for Slippery Rock. It was assisted by Toby Bowser and Kenneth Fultz, and for California, Shakir McCoy with the goal. 2 shots on goal, 2 shots for Mike Luque, and 1 shot for Justin Taucher. And an assist goes to Mike Luque. The only yellow cards go to Jeremy Feehan for Slippery Rock and Justin Taucher for California.
All right, and we are back underway in the second half. One of these teams looking for the go-ahead goal. Remember, you play till there's a winner here in the playoffs, so overtime and PKs if need be. So we're early in the second half here. We'll take an opportunity to explain to you once again about that crown in the middle of the field. Basically, it's hard for us to see anything on the far side of the field here, or the attacking left wing for California now. You can only really see the waist and above. We got a general idea what's happening, and we'll do our best to bring you the action. For most of the time, you should at least be able to see on your television screen what's happening as the camera's spotted up a lot higher than we are here just on the home side bleachers. California will send it in on the attack, and This one is chipped over the head of the goalie Blum by Braithwaite. He goes over the goal line for a goal kick. Boy, that was a sneaky little play there by Brian Braithwaite, Andy.
It wasn't. California coming out aggressive in the second half, something they needed to do. Really need to get the ball deep into the slippery rock and let them, just kind of play defense that entire second half. That's how they got that first goal. We see it already. California not afraid to go deep here in the second half.
Throwing the Hail Marys.
It's all about the check and pray, Josh.
Heave and believe. At midfield now. Slippery Rock heads it back. And the way that first half went, they really had a lot of trouble maintaining possession for any period of time, Alex. They fought through that in the first 10 or 15 minutes and then started to get themselves some quality looks.
Yeah, that's something, Josh, that you don't want to see Slippery Rock. They don't want to start off playing defense the first 10, 15 minutes like they did in the last half, like you said. California got a lot of good opportunities, and Slippery Rock couldn't get the ball out of their own zone. And we're seeing a couple offensive shots here early for California again.
Not so sure what Shakir McCoy was trying to do there. I think he just ran out of real estate and kicks it over the goal line. So it'll be a goal kick for Greg Blum now as McCoy trots back into play. And Blum places it for the goal kick. 42:15 to play in the second half. Sent down and headed away by Braithwaite. Back into California attacking territory. Here's McCoy. Actually, that's not McCoy. That was Sade Wilson, who has remained in the game for California through the break. McCoy has come back on.
Something to mention is of a note, Josh. Slippery Rock in the first periods, they've only outscored their opponents 13-11, but in the second half, the matches they've outscored their opponents 24-11, outshooting them 145-106. So the second half is definitely their better half for Slippery Rock.
And going right back against that, now let's take a look at California in the first half. On the year, they scored 22 goals. Second half, 21 goals, only allowing 10 goals in each the first and second half. So California, at the same time, they know how to start strong, but they do know how to finish strong as well.
Played away by the Rock and over the sideline. Throw in for the Vulcans.
Let's pick it up.
Expect to see a lot of midfield action here in this half. Neither team's going to want to make that mistake that gives up the scoring chance and an opportunity at taking the lead. Again over the sideline and another throw in for California. Joe Friedman will take this. Headed off by Slippery Rock over the far side. Trapped by RJ Case. Trickles out of play and gives Cal another throw in. Wilson turns with it. Looking to work over two Rock defenders and sends one in on a cross right now. Greg Blum catches it and will punt it away.
Come on, Rock, let's go.
Deep punt.
Here we go, Rock, come on.
Two players go up and miss that. Sent back across midfield and then whirlwinded back in by Slippery Rock. Adam Green gets to the free ball. Sends it downfield. The Rock will get to it first. Picked up and then deflected.
Come get.
McCoy just in front of us. Into loose space. Pass off target.
Out of the way, Mitchell.
Braithwaite played across for Sadie Wilson. Working down the left wing now. Sadie Wilson gives chase. Can't get to it, and it's going to be a throw-in now.
Come on.
And it'll be a Cal throw-in.
We're seeing here early in the second half that Slippery Rock still has not gotten a lot of good offensive chances. Derek Yobi for California has not been tested a lot at all this second half. California controlling the midfield and able to get some offensive support downfield and get a couple of chances here.
And it almost looks like we've started a new game. Like like you're early on in that first 5 or 10 minutes of play and that feeling out process again. Haven't really seen much of an attack from either side yet.
Yeah, that's a great point, Josh. I mean, we've seen California get in there deep a couple times, just can't quite get the ball on the net. And looking for that feed into the box, not right there. Slippery Rock at the same time, I think, trying to feel California out offensively, trying to see if maybe they can't find a hole in that California defense, see if they can't get the ball going the other way.
One plays it down for, and he's intercepted. Now Braithwaite has it. Braithwaite tangled it from behind. Heel pass back for McCoy. Down and low for Luque. Luque going to look to turn and fire, and he passes it off to Braithwaite. Not offside, centering, and it is a goal for California. How about that? Take advantage of the loose ball, and Spencer Kreider gets on the scoreboard for the Vulcans. Much like the Rock got a prime opportunity, and they were able to bury a rebound. Cal does the same thing to go ahead.
See the whole sequence here. Nice job there by Shakir McCoy getting the ball into the middle. California, great job just finding the pass. Nice job. The work to the outside looks like could have been offside. Didn't get called. See a nice drive right into the middle. Great cross. We see Spencer Kreider put it home for his 4th goal of the year.
Kreider, the 5'8" sophomore midfielder from Chambersburg, Pennsylvania.
Here we go now, Rob!
Now Luque acts on it. Played low for Sede Wilson. Cleared away by the Rock. And despite that chance, Alex, I think a lot of this game is going to remain in the midfield. But wait a minute, here's California looking to go on the attack again, and now it goes out of play. I mean, that was just one of those rogue opportunities, and now both teams are going to batten it back down and wait to break something open.
Yeah, I think Slippery Rock's got to start controlling the midfield, get control of the ball a little bit more, because they haven't had a lot of ball control. So we saw a steal there by California again. And once they start controlling the midfield, then they're going to be able to find some of those opportunities downfield and maybe get a couple of scoring chances.
Sent in down low, in on Blum. Blum almost mishandles it, but he'll now get it cleanly. 36:50 to play in the second half. California with the advantage on the scoreboard, 2-1, and in shots, 8-2 now. On the left wing. Retrieved by Slippery Rock. California very pesky defensively, not letting the Rock get away an easy clearance.
It's been a relatively clean first half, wouldn't you say, Josh? Or second half, I should say. Wouldn't you say, Josh?
Yeah, I don't think we've had many free kicks yet, and I can't even remember one, to be honest with you. And certainly the whistles have been used much more infrequently than they were in the first half. Played across, center of the field now. There's Toby Bowser. Leads it for Patrick Conley, the defender, up a little further upfield than he's used to attacking, and he'll throw in now.
Nice job there by Shakir McCoy. Came all the way back from his attacking position to make that play, take that ball out of play. Nice job by Shakir McCoy. Great hustle to get all the way back downfield.
And right now, that cloud is one of my best friends. That is a much-needed relief from the sun. You don't say you're a little overheated in November too often, but I'm enjoying that shade right now from that cloud, I'll tell you that.
I don't think any of us are going to complain about the temperature right now. It's probably a good 70 degrees out here for November 5th. Don't always get this kind of weather.
Well, no, you don't.
I would be the one to complain because that's just the way I am, but it is beautiful
don't worry,
weather.
I took care of that for you first, Andy.
I mean, the weather is nice, but let's be honest, Josh. It's November. Who really expects this? I think we're all in the mindset to just kind of, turn it to winter, waiting for this white stuff to start flying.
Well,
Who knows?
I think these two teams would much rather play in weather like this than snow.
I'm not a fan of the white stuff myself, so.
Headed in by Brathwaite. Ball is loose. Tauscher mishandles, and now Adam Green will pick it up and throw it in quickly. I think the official asking for Adam Green to slow it down a bit. That throw-in came a bit quick.
Got a sub in.
So we'll redo, and
believe
we do have a sub on the far side there.
Looks like Evan McCard's going to be coming back in for Sade Wilson. So Evan McCard, we called his name a lot in the first half, had a nice solid first half for California, didn't get on the board, but did a nice job, played a lot of nice balls, and he's going to get back a chance to contribute here in the second half.
McCoy chips one forward for Tauscher. Tauscher's clearly tripped up from behind by Alex Schwartz. And this will be a free kick, virtually a corner for California deep in their attacking end.
It's going to be interesting to see what California does. We've seen on corner opportunities before. We've seen them overload the box. We've also seen just have 1-2 guys in the box, let everyone else kind of flood in. St. Now looks like they're going to try to jam the far side of the box from where the ball is set right now, far side of your television screen. They're going to put the majority of players over there, let them kind of drive their way towards the middle, see if they can't get a white jersey on the ball.
And here comes the set piece. Into motion. Kick is long. And Cal's just going to have to prevent this from going off the far sideline, and they won't be able to do it. Throw in for Slippery Rock. Bit of a squandered opportunity there for California. You figure you at least like to give somebody an opportunity to get to the ball, and they didn't even do that on that cross.
Tough. Go ahead, Andy.
So just tough break there for California, as we see, that would have given them an opportunity to get up 2 goals at this point, at this juncture in the game. I think would have been huge for them, really would have helped them, just kind of sit back defensively and move on to victory.
We had a Slippery Rock substitution in the far end there, Josh. Zach Paluca, freshman defenseman from Pittsburgh, PA, Shaler High School.
Had a Shaler. Throw in for the Vulcans. Trapped and then sent in on net. This one will roll over the goal line, out of the way of anyone, and it'll be goal kick for Greg Blum. More substitutions now.
Come on, Rock.
Slippery Rock checks in another player. Looks like 20 is coming in the game for Slippery Rock. Chad Thomas. And looks like Lucas Feathers is exiting. Actually, that's actually Ken Fultz leaving the game. On the right wing now for California. Actually, that'd be their left wing. Right wing for the Rock. Neither team had possession there. Ball trickles over the sideline. Throw in for the Vulcans. Tauscher with it. Sent across for Green. Volleyed back to Nick Helbig. And sent in deep. Only green jerseys there. There's the 1-2. Back across the field and stolen by Braithwaite. Laid on the ground, a lead pass, shot on goal, and this one will go wide over the goal line.
Slippery Rock still having a tough time getting the ball out of their own zone, as we saw right there in that last sequence. They had a couple of passes, and then California was able to steal the ball away and get another offensive chance here.
And there, Tauscher will go down in a heap. Tauscher may have done just enough, as he appears to be okay, to warrant a booking. And he does. And this one is given to RJ Case. Andy, I didn't see Tauscher get abused that badly. Looked like more or less just a collision. But I think he got the officials' attention, and we get our 3rd yellow card of the game.
Yeah, it happened right in front of us. Looks like Tauscher got hit in the shins. He hurt him when he hit down. Looks like he might have been hurt worse than he actually was. He had a yell there, and I think that kind of caught the referee's attention, or else they would have just let play go on.
He moved the ball forward.
Slippery Rock not a stranger to the yellow card. They've had 35 yellow cards in the regular season, as opposed to 28 for their opponents. So, not a stranger.
No, and I'm sure the officials take note of that before a game like this, Alex. Be wary of what team tends to play a little more rougher than the other. We have 30.5 minutes to play in the second half. It'll be 30-30 for those of you keeping track at home.
And you see there Shakir McCoy dribbling that ball on the near side of the field here. He had 5 green jerseys around him. That just shows what Shakir McCoy is able to do while dribbling that soccer.
Wow. Where are you?
I'm in November. I expect it to be basketball
You're
already.
not in Hamer Gymnasium, I can tell you that.
But once again, Shakir McCoy just dribbling that ball. great opportunity, really gives him, that other Vulcan teammates a chance to get open.
Sent across by Adam Green. Nobody there for California to put their foot on it. And another chance gone by the wayside for the Vulcans.
McCoy was right in front of the net there.
So, and California's missed a few crosses, but at the same time, when they miss those crosses, they do a nice job getting back quickly defensively, break that ball up at midfield, and get another chance to go the other way offensively with it.
Played in now. California really keeping the heat on the Rock, not giving them that opportunity to pick up their first shot of this half, and we are a solid 15 minutes in.
And that's
a third of the way done.
That's important because we saw California in the first half. They kind of started to slow things down about midway through that first half. We saw that's when Slippery Rock really had the chance to take advantage and get something set up in the offensive zone. So California, I think, has got to keep the pressure going throughout this second half play if they want to come away with the victory.
Plum sets it downfield, advanced via a header by the Rock, and looks like this is going to be their first opportunity to at least get the ball towards the net.
I think it's the first time they've been over midfield in a good 5-10 minutes. A lot of the action has come in the Slippery Rock defensive zone. Whether it's been California pressure or just Slippery Rock not being able to get the ball out of the zone.
Here's a free kick opportunity for Slippery Rock. Toby Bowers going to take it. Looks like Slippery Rock overloading the left side of the field. They're going to run a couple of those players into the box, try to get Bowser to curl one in, and there goes the players on the run towards the center of the box. Just beyond Jeremy Feehan on the far side over the goal line, goal kick for Derek Yobi.
Good idea there by Slippery Rock, trying to load up that offensive side, but it just went over the head. Trying to head one in, or at least head one toward the front of the net, be able to get a good chance there, just over the head, and California gets the ball back.
Friedman's going to send it the length of the field. Turned on and volleyed now by Mike Luque. Sent back for Friedman. California setting up shop again. Immediately turned away now by Jeremy Feehan. Throw in for California. And a whistle. Official walking towards another couple of players. We're going to assess another yellow card. Just have a talking to. Looks like the official will just call for the foul and help set up the placement for the free kick. Another solid opportunity for California. Sent in low and sent back from whence it came by RJ Case. The Rock going on the attack now. Sent downfield, it'll stay in play. Dayton giving chase. Will not get there over the end line. Last touch by California, throw in for the Rock. An opportunity to get some green jerseys in the attacking end. Maybe put a shot on Derek Yobi. Conley with it. He'll send it across field. Dayton goes up to get it. Chad Thomas on the far side. Plays it to the sideline. Off of a Vulcan defender, so a throw in now for Anthony Pagone.
This whole sequence started by a nice dump in there by Slippery Rock to the left, to the near side of your screen. And a couple of out of bounds, and Slippery Rock's got at least a little bit of offensive life left in them.
Back to Pagone now. Tripped up from behind, whistle is blown. This will be at least a free kick. And that'll appear to be all, as feet merely got tangled on the tackle attempt by California.
California's got to be careful. They can't just kind of sit down and wait for the ball to come to them. They've still got to be aggressive. They've still got to go after whoever the ball handler may be at this point in time. They got to make sure that they just sit back, because if that happens, Slippery Rock will have a great chance to tie this game up.
Bowser sends it in. McCoy comes away with the loose ball and clears it upfield. Maintained by Fian. Rock's trying to keep things in deep here. Ball's loose in the air, and McCoy's going to be the first player to reach it. Sent back upfield now. Across into midfield for Tauscher. Tauscher looking for Picard on a run. Pass off to Kreider. Kreider will cross. Headed in towards the center, and ball taken off the ground by Gregory Blum.
California does get a shot off there, but I think it's important for them to kind of get that quick run going to make sure that Slippery Rock still realizes this California team, they're going to be aggressive and they're going to try to get a third goal on the scoreboard.
There's Conley to Bowser. Bowser taken down. Bowser looking for a card. I'm not sure that he's going to get it. And Adam Green
Gotta be fair.
has taken Bowser down, and Bowser's still looking to draw that card, and I'm not so sure he's okay or not.
You can have a word with the ref there.
Tell you what, Josh, I happened right in front of us, and I think that was a good call. I saw Adam Green just come in, ended up getting the shin of the Slippery Rock player there. You can see him just being okay there. Still, you know, asking for the card, just didn't quite get it that time, but was a good call. Slippery Rock's going to get a free kick out of it.
Bowser will plead his case with the officials to no ado. Alex Schwartz taking the free kick for the Rock. Sent in deep. Volleyed out. Played down by Pagone. He'll try to cross it in. Blocked off by Spencer Kreider, and out of the, off the sideline, throw in for the Rock. 23:55 to play in the second half. California with a 2-1 lead. Here's the long throw. Joe Friedman rejects this and sends it to midfield. And we have a whistle. Guys, the ball was beneath that crown. I don't know what happened on the far side there. It was just another illegal tackle and a foul.
Did see a little bit of contact there on the far side between two players. Not sure if it was anything extraordinary or just incidental.
I think we're going to have a little bit of discussion here about it. I think they're not sure. I thought the official, the line official there, the judge offsides, called it ball out of bounds going towards Slippery Rock. And now we see the head official in there thought maybe they're actually going to call a foul, so he's going to kick the ball instead of throw it in.
Long cross down for the Rock. Nobody gets there. Ball in the air, still alive, and over the goal line now.
Come on, Rock!
And last touched by California, so a corner kick forthcoming for Slippery Rock. Toby Bowser will be taking this. Nice to see his shin appears to be fine now. Sent in high. California the first to the ball. Pagone tracks it down, and I believe he touched that with his hand as he hit the ground. California will have an opportunity to send it back the other way.
You see California starting to pour players up into the attacking zone. We're going to see Derek Yobi take this ball on the free kick once again. We've seen numerous times today. So California, once again, not content with that 2-1 lead. They're going to try to get that third goal, see if they can't go up those 2 goals. Really assure themselves of a victory here today.
High ball played in and headed out by Patrick Conley. Kay's pass off. Down low for Pagone and sent right back in by Adam Green. Searching for the ball is Chad Thomas. And Brian Braithwaite will have nothing of that and play it low for Picard. Picard going to look to win the battle of the ball now. Wants to cross it, trying to make some free space. Will do so. Low cross into the box now, and the Rock defends it off. Nothing but green in that area, so they'll have an opportunity to clear. Over the sideline now, throw in for Slippery Rock. Substitutions coming in. Pagone will sit down, and Raj Panda comes in for Slippery Rock.
The Rock is starting to do a better job here, Josh, of controlling the ball and getting it into the offensive zone of at least, trying to get at least a few chances. They haven't had a shot on goal yet, but they're at least getting it into the offensive zone, which for them has to be at least a little bit of progress.
21 minutes left in the second half. Again, we're going through one of those long streaks without a shot. It's been a solid 7 or 8 minutes now since we've seen a ball played on net on either side. Near side to Patrick Conley. Raj Panda's on a run. He was onside. Played into the corner for Bowser. He'll cross it in into the midst of Derek Yobi. Yobi punts it away. Over to the near wing and off the sideline. Toby Bowser gets the throw in for Slippery Rock. Sent in long, looking for Raj Panda. He'll get to it. Played back for Case. Case across, deflected in towards Yobi.
So California seems like they're a lot. Midfielders right now are playing a lot more back towards the defensive side of the ball. You see those two attackers up there, Mike Lukey and Evan Picard, playing still far up there, trying to see if they can't sneak a third goal in there. But the midfielders seem, they're falling back a lot quicker than they were in the first half when the game was tied, or even earlier in this half when they were up 2-1. You saw them attacking a lot more. Now they're more content to just sit back, play defense.
And Alex, Slippery Rock clearly trying to get an opportunity right now, but they just really can't seem to break through California's defense. And I'm not sure what the problem is because the attackers are certainly finding some free space.
Yeah, they're finding free space. I think it's just a matter of California's defense starting to overwhelm them a little bit. California, like you've said, has been pesky all day on Slippery Rock players, and I think that's starting to take its toll if it hasn't already.
Come on, Rock! Go now, Rock, come on!
This will be a throw-in on the far sideline for California. Cross attempt made, but so many Rock defenders there to block it off. Tauscher will send a long cross towards the center of the box right there, and no one home but Patrick Conley to head it out. And McCoy steals it. McCoy cuts back, makes a feint move, sends one in down low for Luque, and the 1-2 back to McCoy.
Here we go, Rock!
McCoy crosses one low. Played over the goal line, and that will be a corner kick for California. Substitution coming in for California now. Looks like Picard is going to sit once again. And Blymiller is coming in for California. That a height substitution clearly. And the Rock also makes a substitution. They bring in the 6'6" Ian Langstone, also a height substitution, where the Slippery Rock attempts to win this header. Blymiller and Langstone, the two big players, seem to be on each other's marks on the far side. And looks like a California player has gone down. And that should be another free kick for California. And this appears to be an injury. Clock will be stopped at 17:53. Player that's gone down is Tauscher, and he is sat up, so doesn't look to be too severe. Pretty rough tackle out there, though, and Alex, this goes back to your point, and just the officials really have been pretty carefree with the whistles in the second half compared to the first. That time they had to blow it over, as he went down hard way.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of whistles here in the second half. The officials have really just let a lot of things go, and they're blowing the whistles when they have to, and the hard fouls and such, but for the little stuff, they haven't really been too nitpicky about it.
Clock is moving again. Blum sends it downfield. Headed off by Kalis. Ball is loose. Spencer Kreider chases it on the left wing. Rock gets it back. Pass for Panda. Panda being worked over by two Vulcan defenders. And a clearance across midfield by California. The Rock will gather this one uncontested and send it back to Greg Blum.
You see with California bringing in Jimmy Blymiller to kind of change the way those attackers are playing right now. We saw all 10 men for California back on their defensive side of midfield as we have the ball going out there. So California going to move everybody back up now, it looks like. You see him just leaving three defenders back deep just to make sure no fluke plays happen right now. California's going to get another shot to see if they can get this third goal in the back of the net.
Let's go, Jeremy.
Adam Green is throwing it in for California. Time is becoming of the essence for Slippery Rock. Blymiller with it along the goal line. Keeps control. And he'll be fought by Patrick Conley, and it goes over the sideline. Throw in for Slippery Rock now. Well, I guess it went over the goal line, so it looks like it's going to be a goal kick. Substitution for Slippery Rock. And it looks like 9 is coming into the game for Slippery Rock. That would be Ian Langstone. So some quick substitutions by Slippery Rock. Langstone has now come and gone within the last 5 minutes and then come back. 15:45 to play in this half. California just a quarter of an hour away from advancing on in the PSAC playoffs to that championship game to face either Millersville or East Stroudsburg, who happen to be the 1 and 2 teams in the region. And it is going over the end line. Derek Yobi will send it downfield now, and we are told that you'll know the result by the time you see this game, but with only a few minutes to go, Millersville is ahead of East Stroudsburg, which would be something of an upset if Millersville can get by East Stroudsburg, and we'll try to bring you that final score if we hear it before this game is over. Under 15 minutes to go now. Throw in at midfield for California.
Yeah, with under 15 minutes left to go here in the game, 14:45. Slippery Rock's really going to start putting the pressure on the California defense, getting those big chances downfield. And, you know, like we said earlier, just get the shots on goal. Good things will happen to you. That's what happened for the first Slippery Rock goal. Went through some traffic in the region of the goal and just slipped by Derek Yobi.
Nice play by Jeremy Blymiller to 3 it up, but this might end up being a chance for the Rock nonetheless. Sadie Wilson makes a move to hold possession for California. Sent back now and blocked off by Langstone, and out of play. Throw in for the Vulcans.
Come on, Green.
Green sends it towards midfield.
How about the other way?
And East Stroudsburg has actually just tied the game up against Millersville. So it's 2-2 now, so we may not, in fact, be bringing you a final here anytime soon, as that game has the potential to go for quite a while. Tied up late. Slippery Rock looking to tie it up late. And they will have a free kick here. Alex Schwartz will be taking it from about midfield.
Prime opportunity right here for Slippery Rock, try and get something at least started.
Schwartz sends across. And California gets to it. Sends it back upfield. 13:10 to play in the half. The Rock starting to look like they sense that this is a desperate time and time to go to some desperate measures.
And you see California, not really trying to push the envelope whatsoever offensively. Only have one man deep usually. Have as many men as possible back there, seeing if they can break up some passes across the middle on the defensive side of the ball.
And the Rock goes across the field, intercepted by Adam Green. Turned on by Luque. He'll wait and then fire it downfield. Tackle from behind by the Rock. Foul called on Raj Panda. Free kick for California. This is something the Rock can't afford to do, because not only does it waste a few seconds, but it also gives California an opportunity to advance the ball deep into the attacking end. It takes Slippery Rock that much longer to get it out from that point. Wilson has it on the left wing. Luque sends it across for McCoy. Played in on net and a goal for California. That should seal things up. Big shot, big goal. And Luque heads in and picks up his first goal of the contest and may have advanced California to the PSC championship in doing so.
Huge goal there for California. It puts them up 3-1 in this matchup. As you can see there, California just biding their time, waiting to just get that one play to happen. You see there, nice job of dribbling there by the California player. Just finds Luki taking a little run off center. Nice kick there, just a little bit of a one-timer there off of his right foot of Mike Luki into the back of the net. California takes a 2-goal lead. Tell you what, nice placement there by Luki. Nothing that the goaltender for Slippery Rock, Greg Blum, could have done.
Mike Luque heads for the foliage after that. Looks like he was trying to find a pile of leaves to roll in to celebrate. Slippery Rock sends one in towards the net. That one by Raj Panda, and with 11:35 to go in this half. Boy, there is only one rusty nail that it hasn't quite been finalized in Slippery Rock's coffin.
Yeah, I was just going to say the nail's not in there yet, but the hammer's getting pulled out of the toolbox, and with 11 minutes left, the hammer's getting closer to the nail.
Sent it across midfield. Rock traps it. There's Langston. And a tackle from behind by Mitchell Walters. Free kick for California. Forthcoming.
I'm not sure if I saw any contact there. I could be wrong, though.
Should have been a corner!
Yeah, we may have to agree to disagree on that one. I thought I saw a little bit of contact from behind as the ball went out for the corner kick. Nick Helbig ended up on the ground for the Vulcans.
Contact or not, I might be with Alex on this one. Just I don't know if it warrants a free kick. I think it's just a case of the player's feet getting tangled up. And it seems like today those calls have gone more towards California. Here's McCoy in on Blum. Ball is still loose. Blum will gather it up now with 10:20 to play. And I do think that the officials have been slightly partial to California this game. Of course, probably unintentionally, but it seems like California's gotten the better of the calls in this game. And we have some more chippiness just shy of midfield. At the 10-minute mark in the second half, 3-1, California leads. They also have dominated in shots. Currently, they have the nod in that category, 11-3. Sent down low, turned on and fired, but blocked off and sent back down across midfield. McCoy will not get to it in time, goes off the sideline, throw in for the Rock.
Yeah, only 3 shots right now for Slippery Rock, something that they're not usually accustomed to, considering they've come into this game averaging over 15.5 shots in the regular season.
California definitely brought in the right defensive game plan today, Andy, and I would say it's a game plan that really didn't feature a lot of marking. Players sort of just holding their positions and staying at left D, center D, right D, whatever it may be. But no players really been singled out today by California, just good team defense.
Yeah, I agree with you completely, Josh. I mean, you take a look at what California's done. They did a nice job shutting down the middle of the field. I think that's been important for them. We saw Slippery Rock a lot in the beginning of this game. Try to get those passes into the middle of the field, and California just shut it down, had the ball going the other way. So I think that was huge for them in this game. Did a nice job just playing their zones, making sure, what was going on around them, just making the plays when it came to them.
It's Patrick Conley with it. He'll carry it across midfield. Stolen away by Adam Green. Alex Schwartz has it at midfield, sends it in down low. Blymuller heads it off, knocked down by Langstone. Turns with it, chips one in, leads Panda. Panda's going to take a shot, and he's going to have it knocked away. Beautiful clearance there by Mike Kalis, coming in to send that ball over the goal line. It will be a throw-in, actually. It went over the sideline. Now played in by Conley. And Yobi goes up to get it. How about that defense, Annie? That looked like a sure goal, and Kalis comes in out of nowhere.
And that was huge. I mean, nice play there by Mike Kalis to get back and kick that ball out of the play. As if Slippery Rock would have been able to score there, it would have made it huge. It would have been 3-2. They would have had a lot of momentum going for them.
I think that play also showed is a visual of what Slippery Rock's been through today. They've been trying everything to get balls into the net, and California's just done everything they can to prevent them from doing so.
7:48 to go in the half. Clock is stopped. Do we have a player down on the field somewhere? Okay. Slippery Rock was assessed another card. I was about to say obsessed. Maybe they are obsessed with yellow cards. That's their third today.
Not sure who's getting this yellow card. It's on the far side of our screen.
And there's the free kick from California. Sade Wilson has it. Chip to the wing to Picard.
And California right now has just enough offensive players downfield in the offensive end to create havoc for Slippery Rock. See, great shot there by Shakir McCoy. They have enough players upfield, just to create that little bit of havoc where Slippery Rock's got to go back and try to play defense. At the same time, they still have a lot of guys hanging back there defensively.
Green pass for Sade Wilson, who actually took that last shot, and that was a laser. There's Spencer Kreider. Senses the defender from behind, so he plays it to his hind side. And down low for Wilson, the 1-2. Back to Luque. Luque in loose space. Probably going to take a long shot here. Sends it along the ground, and it's blocked off. California keeping the pressure on. There's Luque taken down the mouth of the goal box and then sent back out by Slippery Rock. Under 7 minutes to play in the half now. And the Rock's the team that needs all the pressure here, yet it's been all California. Down low for Ricard. He'll send it across. Braithwaite with it in open space. Sure, he's going to look to cross here. He'll play it back for Picard. Picard being pestered. Taken down. This will be another free kick for California. 6:15 to play in the game.
California's done a great job in the past few minutes of not only keeping the pressure on Slippery Rock defensively, but holding on to the ball. I mean, we've seen them just dribbling back and forth, passing between midfielders, and Slippery Rock just doesn't show, that urgency right now to try to get the ball away from those midfielders. They're happy to just let California pass around until they get the shot on goal. That's allowed California to really eat up a lot of clock.
Yeah, I think another problem, Andy, for this Slippery Rock team is also that they haven't had a real good job of being able to control the ball. Like you said, California's done a really good job of that. Slippery Rock has not been able to control the ball as well, and they've not. In turn, that's not allowed them to have a lot of good offensive chances.
That shot sent over the net by Jeremy Blymiller for California. 5.5 minutes to play in the half, and this will be an opportunity for Greg Blum to send it down the field. Slippery Rock just try to get a shot on goal here before time expires. They have added one since we've last updated you, for a total of 5 in the game now. Of course, that one shot was that save by Mike Kalis, clearing it out of the goal box. And a ball that was most certainly rolling into the net. 4:45 to play in the game. Free kick for the Rock, headed away by California. Braithwaite on the far side. He'll go on a run now. He has help at midfield, and he is taken down from behind. Another whistle is blown, and another booking for Slippery Rock, their 4th yellow card of the game.
One's going to go on Toby Bowser.
4.5 minutes to play in the game, and Bowser, remember, he was that player earlier that went down trying to draw some attention to his shin and get a card. Didn't get the call, and this time he will be called. Is that his first or second card, Alex? I think you're keeping track over there.
I believe that is his first. I know there was one that we all missed. We couldn't tell who it was, but that is his first as far as we can tell.
4:25 to play in the half. California has dominated possession in these last 15 minutes. The Rock just hasn't been able to muster any kind of an attack. There's Picard on the far side. It's pushed down from behind over the goal line, and a goal kick now for Slippery Rock.
Ever since that big save there by California, Slippery Rock hasn't been able to do anything.
Played across midfield for Braithwaite. So that was Luke K. Here's Blymiller at midfield. Sent in deep. Conley gets to it. Cross for Schwartz. Downfield, blocked off. Blymiller for Kreider. Cross to Braithwaite. Braithwaite trying to keep it in play on the left wing. Will do so. Nice feint move. And possession is lost. Downfield, Panda looking for someone on a lead. Dayton takes a shot just to the right of Derek Yobi. Goal kick, as we have 3:15 to play in the game. California just a few minutes away from advancing to the PSAC Championship. That game currently in overtime. It's East Stroudsburg and Millersville battling it out for the right to take on the Vulcans. Here's Braithwaite. Some fancy work. Stops and then passes for Luque. Ball sent back upfield. And a whistle is blown. This one is called on California.
Yeah, just some contact there behind the play. Looks like Braithwaite may have got a piece of a Slippery Rock defender down there.
Awaiting the free kick here. Blum will place it and take it. .244 to play in this game. And clock about to be sent back into motion, and this game about to restart. California with the advantage in shots, 13-6. Slippery Rock has picked up a couple late here, but this is a game that offensively has been absolutely dominated by California. And Alex, what do we really attribute that to? What has the Rock done wrong today?
I don't think it's more of the Rock doing anything wrong. There have been some times where they haven't been able to get it out of the zone. And I think if you want to point any one thing with the Rock's game, that's probably what you point to, is their inability to get it out of the zone at key times. And that's really what's led to a couple of California's big chances.
Yobi has the ball now, setting up a goal kick of his own. 2:10 to play in the half.
And I think even if you look offensively, Josh, at Slippery Rock, it's not that they haven't done anything massively wrong. It's more or less California's defense just putting the stranglehold on them all game.
Yeah. Slippery Rock trying to gain possession, and they can't. Something they just haven't been able to do all day. They really have had a hard time escaping the California defense and just dribbling around with the ball for any extended period of time. And watch an example of it right here. California just closes on these attacking players for the Rock in no time. There's Adam Green laying a hand on Langstone. And Sadie Wilson takes Conley down from behind. That'll be a foul.
California's really been Slippery Rock's only thorn in the side, even in the regular season. In their two meetings, California defeated Slippery Rock 3-1 when it was at home on October 1st, and then just a couple of days ago on Saturday, California defeated them 3-0 to earn the #1 seed here.
Dayton plays it in. Under a minute to go now. California 55 seconds away from staking a claim to their 3-1 victory and advancement to the PSAC Championship.
California's done a nice job over the past 4 to 5 minutes of this game. Still being aggressive, going after the ball. We've seen a lot of balls that California and Slippery Rock both had a chance to get to. California just outrunning Slippery Rock, making the plays happen, holding on to possession. And that's going to help push them to this victory.
30 seconds left. Cross midfield now. The Rock sends it across to Langstone. Langstone has it blocked down and taken away by Sadie Wilson. And on Blum. And on Yobi. 10 seconds left. And that will do it here from Roadman Park. Time will expire and the players show some good sportsmanship at midfield and shake hands. Now California embracing and celebrating their victory, and they will advance to the PSAC Championship to take on either Millersville or East Stroudsburg. Check out the PSAC website to find out who won that game, as we will leave you with that game currently in overtime. Andy, California could perhaps dethrone a dynasty in East Stroudsburg or take out a strong team in Millersville if they play like they did today. That defense was tenacious and unrelenting. Slippery Rock had no way of finding open space.
They didn't. California did a great job in that game. Just did a nice job just sitting down in their zones. They didn't really try to mark any men. Did a nice job really taking away the middle of the field. Slippery Rock had to try to work from the outside, work towards the middle. California just shut everything down.
And Alex, from Slippery Rock's perspective, I'm sure they'd say much of the same. Every time they attempted to get something going, it just wasn't there. California won the battles to the loose balls.
Yeah, I think we said it earlier that Slippery Rock didn't do too many things wrong. I mean, they had their offensive chances, and they tried to shut down California, but California ended up being too much for them both offensively and defensively.
That is it from Roadman Park here, and a warm November day in California, Pennsylvania. We're about to wrap things up. I got to thank everybody here on our crew, and California, congratulations to them. They move on to the PSAC Championship, defeating the Rock by a score of 3-1. For Alex Kunkel and Andy Walter, my name is Josh Eachus. We'll see you next time right here on CUTV Sports.